If you were dealing with a P0099 code, you were chasing a ghost in your electrical system because this code stands for Intake Air Temperature Sensor 2 Circuit Intermittent. This applies to most vehicles made after 1996. Basically, your car's main computer uses this sensor along with the mass airflow sensor to decide how much fuel to inject and when to fire the spark plugs. A proper air-to-fuel ratio, typically around 14:1, is critical for your gas mileage. The intermittent part of this code means the signal is dropping in and out. It is not completely dead, but it is unreliable. You might notice your gas mileage dropping, the engine hesitating when you accelerate, or rough idling on a cold start. Since the computer relies on this data for fuel strategy, you should treat this as a severe issue. The most common cause is actually very simple. If you or a mechanic recently changed the air filter, the sensor might not have been plugged back in all the way, or the wiring might be loose. Start by opening the hood and inspecting the air intake pipe and air cleaner box. Look for the sensor and wiggle the wires while the engine is running to see if the engine tone changes. If the connection looks good, you will need a digital volt-ohm meter and an infrared thermometer. You want to compare the temperature the sensor tells the scanner versus the actual temperature of the intake pipe. If the numbers jump around wildly or do not match, you likely have a bad sensor or a corroded connector. Always check for corrosion near the plug, especially since these are often located near batteries or coolant reservoirs, where leaks can damage the copper contacts. If you clear the code and it comes back immediately after a test drive, and you have ruled out a loose plug, you might need to replace the sensor or repair a frayed wire in the harness.